your name and a brief description of the job you do here at George Brown.
So I'm Matorin, and I play several roles at George Brown College. With the School of Design, I teach digital media design and development courses, as well as thesis design course. In addition to this, I work with the Office of Research and Innovation and leading UX UI applied research project with industry partners. And in addition to this, I work with the Institute Without Boundaries and help to coordinate the academic studio there.
If you had one advice to graduating students, what would it be?
So you study principles and you study foundations of design and how to look at things, as well as you study how to study, which is the key thing and the most important takeout from school, in my opinion, because regardless if it's web design, if it's technology that's changing all the time, market is changing, users' needs are changing. Even if you do print or if you work in advertising, things are changing all the time, and you will always need to adapt and learn new things. So if you have the confidence in you that you have a strong foundation from school and you understand the principles, and you can go out and learn on your own what is current and needed, then you will be fine. Yeah. There is no one thing you learn in first year at school that will be relevant when you actually graduate. So it's not about the case study that you work on, it's more about the process and the foundation and the principle that you applied into this case.
What was the strangest job request you've ever had? I guess you've had many jobs, but...
Too many to choose from.
But
one in particular was interesting. A client came with a need for a website, which sounds okay.
Yeah.
But then slowly I found out that the nature of the website was very spiritual, mystical. And more to that, it all came to the client through a mystical experience. That the need for this website came from some kind of an enlightenment experience. So in a way the client felt that she or he just channeled, and I don't want to be more specific to disclose anything, but they channeled the request of a mystical entity. So in a way a mystical entity directed my creative brief, which was
interesting.
Between weird and completely unique and interesting.
Yeah.
So the brief wasn't very commercial, wasn't very business-oriented, marketing-like.
It was kind of refreshing though.
It was very refreshing, and the project ended up being very artistic and opened the door to a lot of experiments that helped me learn a lot and create things that were completely unique. However, in some interaction with the client, we had to wait until we got signs to which direction we are taking next. So it was, in a way, very different.
How do you deal with stress and looming deadlines?
Resilience.
Yeah.
Is something that is key for success, in my opinion. However, I think some students don't realize that it's a skill, something you can develop over time. And stress is something that needs to be managed, but never be avoided. I think some level of stress is very important to teach you resilience and how you deal with it. When you get lost in stress, and I'm not talking from a mental health perspective because I'm not qualified to talk about severe mental health cases, but when you experience stressful situations, it's extremely important to reflect on what is stressful. How did you arrive to this point? What notes you can take to learn for the next phase. So I can say that at this day and age, I probably overwhelmed with work. I have 4 different jobs I'm trying to juggle all the time. I have very little time off, very little weekends off. But I can't say that I'm stressed about it. I think I reached a point where I can do it because of many years of stress. It's where I reflect back and I learned how I operate within it. It's extremely difficult for students when they take a full-time program and they think that they can manage 2 different part-time jobs at the same time, live very far from the city, and there is this one little thing that it's very obvious but people forget. We have 24 hours a day. And you have to plan for it. And you eat and you sleep and you commute, and time management, I think, is the key thing that put more students into those very, very stressful situations.